Le feel pour toi. Girl, it is so special. Girl is the pride of the world.
Mwana sikana akakosha.
Mosejana shuja
Fosa munina fosa
shuja mosejana fosa mosejana shuja
fosa munina fosa
shuja mosejana Hayaya bit Dafe and Hahorika.
Oh, how can you treat a girl child like this? How can you man be so cruel? She doesn't have to be afraid anymore. She doesn't need to be scared anymore.
We want our community to understand that we are students because we are girls and not brides. We are girls, not brides! We are girls, not brides!
Forza, manasikana iwe shinga. Shinga manasikana.
Shingirira manasikana.
Kuria is one of the communities where Nyanza Initiative for Girls Education is working. It is a community within Nyanza province where we are currently implementing our activities. And Kuria is one of the communities that faces a lot of challenges when it comes to child marriages and issues of school dropout. This is one of the schools where Nyanza Initiative for Girls Education is identified, and we are supporting some of the girls. This is a community where there is a lot of challenges, especially child marriages, early child marriages, and FGM, and also education level has also really being a big problem. It's also one of the community where almost 70% of married women are teenagers, are below ages 18, because of the cultures and everything that are really supporting this aspect of child marriages. So we are trying to come in with the concept of ensuring that girls are maintained in school as a way of reducing cases of child marriages, and also as a way of tapping the potential in some of the girls. For most of
the girls are they are after getting education. Like now the Form 1s, we have admitted about 80. But our most worry is that most of them have come from very poor background, because even they have not been able to raise fees. Some of them even the uniform they are not able to afford. But we are forced to admit them. Admitted, then it's like we are giving them off for marriage, and that we take that is too painful to us.
We are girls, not brides!
I'm a teacher at Nabikongori Primary School. I'm a champion of Nige, and I've decided to be one of them because I have that feeling for our girls. In our community, they practice FGM from the early age of 9 years to 18. Now, after those girls have undergone a FGM, they are forced to early marriages, whereby they are married to old men, and some who by mistake conceive at home, they are forced to marry women who don't have children or who didn't get sons. So they live very miserable.
Now most of the girls are facing a lot of challenges with their education in this particular region, that is Kuria West district, because of the early marriages that are resulting as from FGM. Most of them, upon undergoing the cut, they are usually considered by the community that they are ready for marriages. And then those who refuse to undergo the cut are usually neglected by their parents. They fail to pay for them school fees, and then they are considered to be non-members, kind of outskirts, because they fail to withstand and follow the customs. So that is what we are actually experiencing. Most of the girls are having psychological problems because of lack of support from their family members. And then this particular occasion I would use to appreciate the Nige, for they have considered and they have identified some of the girls who are undergoing such like challenges, and they want to support them.
My take on girl-child marriage, or what I would call early marriage in girls, is that we should see these girls as children and not brides. Because there are so many things that happen to girls when they are married early. One of the things that's scientifically proven is that when a girl becomes a mother, before her body is old enough, it affects her health. Secondly, we realize even in terms of population, they tend to give birth to so many children, they do not have, they're not even aware of their reproductive rights, and as such they are thoroughly abusive in those marriages. Thirdly, we know that for you to change a society, you have to change the girls. A society whereby women have been married early, they are illiterate, it's most likely to end up a poor society in all spheres. So one of the things I would wish to say, for me, girl-child marriage or early marriage amongst girls is a no-no. We cannot have a middle ground about it. And again, I want to say that what has really propagated this is the fact that our community has not taken cognizance of the fact that girls are still children. They're just seen as brides. You'll even find that sometimes even the people who are supposed to protect the girls are the ones who are abusing the rights of the girls. But for us, what we believe is that we want to tell them that please keep your hands off our girls. And there is no middle ground about this. We are not going to relent on this. So that's what I would wish to tell them.
My friends who are forced into early marriages, and who have not gone to school, they are forced into early marriages, and their life is very bad. They come from poor, they live in a poor state.
I don't support child marriages because it's not good, of which a girl cannot stand on herself. She cannot raise her voice because she is too young, she is weak, so I don't want, and it is not good to any girl, a young girl.
Wasichana ambao hawajasoma katika kitongoji changu ama katika jamii yangu ni kwamba wasichana wengi tunaonwa kama sisi ni chombo cha starehe. Yaani msichana akiona anaona tu ni kama ni mtu ambaye anaweza olewa tu alete ng'ombe. Sasa wakati msichana haendi shuleni, hapo tu nyumbani, hasaidii kitu, ako tu hapo, basi wazazi wanaonelea ni vyema aolewe, atoe mzigo nyumbani, na baada ya kuolewa basi alete mali. Na baada ya kuleta mali unapata kwa msichana sasa pale hana hajui vinyatajikimu, hana elimu. Sasa kuishi kwaje kunakuwa ni kuishi kwa kudhoofisha sana. Na watu wakamhurumia kila mahali alipo, na maisha yake yanakuwa maisha ya majonzi kila wakati.
A group visited our school and I was introduced to them. I learned that it was an organization called Nige. I learned that they were sponsoring vulnerable girls who could not afford school fees. And right now we have 2 students that they are sponsoring. They've made a great change in those girls' life. These were girls that were a little bit desperate because they could not afford school fees. At least now they have seen some light at the end of the tunnel through Nige, and I want to take this opportunity to thank Nige so much, because if it were not for Nige, these girls would have dropped out of school long time ago. I've also realized that a good number of girls in this region end up in early marriages, as I've said before, and this has adversely affected their lives. A good number of them have their children that have children, and they're already married. They have no source of income. They're just suffering in the village, and I want to use the strongest terms possible to condemn this practice of early marriages. I want to encourage the girls, even if there is nobody that is ready to pay your school fees, just continue with your studies. Somehow God will present somebody or even an organization like NIGE to pay your school fees. Don't rush into marriage. It is not a solution. You are digging your own grave and you'll enter that grave very soon. Stay in school, keep praying that somebody may come to your rescue and pay your school.
Girl who is undergoing the same problem is, she's known as Boki. She has completed her class 8. But what has helped her a lot is because she didn't want to go for FGM, otherwise she would be married by now. Now because she's not circumcised, men don't run for her because they believe a girl who is not circumcised, when she's married to a home, she takes their bad omen. So that's why she's not married up to now. Otherwise she could be at her house by now. Fears I have for Boki is that at their place they are too poor, and she fears even staying at her home. So she keeps on moving from one place to another, from one relative to another. And where she stays, we are not sure of that place, the safety of the place. So we are not sure even if she's taken to school, whether she is going to complete her education. Because of her stay at various places, she may end up getting into wrong hands. She might even get a child before completing her education, because she's not having a permanent and a secure place to stay even over the holidays. After undergoing FGM, because they don't get support to continue their education due to poverty, ignorance, negligence, they are sent off to marry men who are not of their choice. And once they are married, they are forced to stick there, whether they are suffering or not. They have to stay where they are married because there are no animals to be returned after they are married. So they are forced to live there, facing a lot of problems, but there is no way they can come out of that. FGM is a ticket to marriage. So when they marry as early as 12 years, 13, 14, once they go there and find life so difficult, they are forced to get out of that marriage, and they cannot stay nearby towns, because once they are found, they are taken back to their husband's place by force. So they are forced to to go to far places, to far towns, and practice prostitution. They work in bars. They do funny things because of their safety.
Mr. Gordon Okello. I work with the Impact Research and Development Organization in Key Population, which is basically based in Kisii County, coordinating the key population in the county. Our target population majorly is the female sex workers and the male sex workers, and we offer services that basically are prescribed in the national guideline, that is Key Population National Guideline. Among the services that we give priority is screening of STIs.
In the course of my work, I meet a lot of young ladies who do sexual work, who do sex work, and in this case, I mean those who do sex work for money. A number of them are under 18 years, and considering that we are working with national guidelines, we are not allowed to recruit these children into our program. Yet at the same time, there is no program really, particularly within Kisii County, that is giving these children, that is actually recruiting these children either for vocational training or maybe rehabilitation. So you find a number of them are out there in the streets, and as a program we have taken we have recruited a few in the program. The reason being that some of them present with STIs. When we talk with them, they have sexually transmitted infection. So we take them in. Some of them are on care, but they don't know the importance of consistently taking their medication. So for the few that we've managed to recruit into the program, when we interact with them, what comes out clearly is they're out in the streets as a result of poverty. Out there, not because their parents are not there, but they have parents who are not able to take care of their school fees. We have children on the streets who dropped out of school at standard 7, Form 3, Form 1, Form 2, because their parents were unable to pay for their school fees. And they are not also able to get other things like bursary. So you find most of them opt to do sex work so that they're able to fend for themselves. Some of them, there's even nobody to buy for them sanitary towels. And when you go into in-depth discussions with them, realize that even the families where they come from, their parents also did not go to school. So you realize the value of education is not, the parents did not value education, and therefore they don't see the need of passing this on to their children. As a result, they come to the streets to sell sex so that they're able to support themselves and also to support their families. And quite a number of them, as young as 14 years, 15, 16, have children. As an organization is that if there is somebody out there, an organization, an individual, a group of people who can come up and really support these children, rehabilitate them, because not all of them are willing to go back to school. There are those who want to maybe build their skills and do things like hairdressing. So if there's somebody out there who can come out and support these girls so that they can have an alternative while we tackle the public health aspect, that is preventing HIV among the key population, of whom these children are key population, then somebody else can also tackle the socio-economic aspect of helping these young girls.
There is no help that you can give a girl that is not education. If you want to help a girl, educate that girl, and once you have educated that girl, you shall have given her all that she needs in life. So Nige, please, if you can extend a bit, include more girls, maybe 10 or 20, because that will help change the lives.
I would say that our focus should be in making sure that girls go to school, not to go to be brides. They are not worth cows, they are worth.
How I pray that they could even extend and maybe sponsor other girls if they can afford. It is unfortunate that I learned that Nige does not even have donors. They're only struggling up and down to get money to pay fees for these children. If somebody is out there listening to me, please bring something small to Nige so that our girls are able to go to school.
They are supported. Most of them can do well, but because they are not supported, that's why they run for early marriages. They live in poverty.
We are girls, not brides! We are girls, not brides!
My pride, invest in me, invest in the future, give me a chance to be a child.
Mwanasikana akakoshi